friends, so plot twist, I quit Disney. Bye! I promise I'll actually explain. Yes, I have been promoted to guest. I am no longer a cast member. I no longer speak for the brand of the company, not that I ever did in the first place. But yes, due to a very unfortunate circumstance, I have decided to leave Disney. That unfortunate circumstance would be Disney shutting down the department that I started working for. Well, I guess shutting down isn't quite right. They're outsourcing the department to a third-party company. So if I want to stick around doing what I was doing, I would no longer be a cast member anyway. So I was like, well, bye. The full story will be available in places that Clock app will punish me for saying out loud, so. But I will still be going to Disney, of course, and playing around and saying hi to characters and hopefully saying hi to you. So I am sorry you will not be able to catch me at work, but all right, ma'am, so here is a map of the hotel. As you can see, we do have a pool that is open till 10 p.m. We have a restaurant and a bar that is open till midnight, and we have a gym that is 24/7. Excuse me? What are you trying to imply? I'm sorry? Why are you telling me that you think I need to go to the gym, huh? Ma'am, I promise that was not my intention at all. I was just trying to point out the hotel's amenities. I was not trying to imply anything. You know what? It's entirely inappropriate of you to even have a gym here in the first place. Like, people come here to vacation, and you having a gym here just makes people feel bad for wanting to rest and relax. I promise that the intention of the gym is not to make anyone feel bad about whether or not they want to work out. We just have a lot of guests who come here for a lot of reasons, and so it is something that we offer for guests who do decide to work out. I mean, honestly, I mainly see our business travelers using the gym anyway, not really the vacationers, but it's up to everyone's preference. Well, okay, I guess I could see that if someone travels for work, they might want to have like a gym routine or something, but obviously, I am not here for work. So as a word of advice for you to do your job better, next time someone comes in here, obviously on vacation, don't go pointing out the gym to them and making them feel bad and causing misunderstanding like this again, okay? But plenty of people who come here for vacation want to use the gym too, you know? Yes, ma'am, I will endeavor to do better, and I will take your advice about how to do my job. Thank you. All right, bye-bye now. Here's the thing, you are never going to make everyone happy with how you do your job. The unfortunate part of this industry is that you can offer the same exact service to people, and it is always going to be interpreted differently based off of their wants and needs. So some people want to come and use a gym when they are at a hotel, and some do not, and it's all a-okay. And with guests who have very extreme reactions, I say that the best thing that you can do as a front desk agent is to empathize with them, de-escalate the situation if they're getting quite as worked up as that guest was, and then swiftly move on and just keep doing the best thing that you can do for your job, because you are doing good and you are good at your job, regardless of what some special guests may have you believe. So I have a fun fact for you that I learned over the weekend. There is a hotel carpet that has its own fandom. So the convention Dragon Con has been held in Atlanta for over 30 years now across multiple hotels. And one of the host hotels is the Atlanta Marriott Marquis. And for years upon years upon years, the Atlanta Marriott Marquis had a very vibrant carpet design that became synonymous with the convention, because any pictures that were taken of cosplayers at the con had this carpet in the foreground, which made it pretty obvious that the picture was taken at Dragon Con. That carpet design became so infamous that people started dressing up and doing cosplay mashups with the design of the carpet. Add even more craziness to the story, in 2013, the person who designed the Marriott carpet tried to threaten legal action against the cosplayers. It evidently didn't lead to anything, because as you can see, you could buy just about anything in the Dragon Con Marriott carpet design, including just straight up bolts of fabric to make whatever you want out of it, which of course people absolutely do. When I was at Dragon Con this last weekend, I saw every single type of cosplay imaginable using that fabric. My favorite of which had to be a Marriott Sailor Scout. Who, by the way, when I complimented her on her cosplay, gave me a ribbon, which is also a Dragon Con culture thing, that said, "In the name of the Marriott, I'll punish you." I do hate to tell you that in about 2015, that carpet was ripped up and replaced with a completely different design. And people were actually fishing out pieces of the fabric from the trash. And the next year, fans of the carpet actually held a memorial for the carpet called Revenge of the Carpet at the convention, where all of them came together with their individual pieces of the scrapped carpet and tried to put it together to bring it back to life. Now, even though the Marriott carpet is no longer there on the floor, it is absolutely still part of the Dragon Con experience and culture, and even the Marriott Hotel itself embraces the fact that they are always going to be remembered for that carpet. When I was at the Marriott, there were signs that had the design of the carpet in their background. There was an official mead that was the Dragon Con mead with the dragon in the Marriott carpet design. So it was an amazing, hilarious experience, and I still cannot quite wrap my head around the fact that a hotel carpet has sparked this much love and joy, but I love it. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I think you have like a fake blogger or influencer or something here. What? Well, look, I wasn't trying to eavesdrop, but this woman is talking at like the highest max volume, and just listen real quick. I'm so glad that I get to collaborate with you and your major platform to get to write about my experiences while traveling, but I have to let you know that so far this hotel hasn't really wowed me. It's pretty and all, but I haven't seen many perks or really exceptional service. So until I do, this hotel may not be one that I write about, I guess, and that'd be too bad for them, but I guess I could give them a little longer and a couple more chances. Is it just me, or does that sound totally fake? Oh, that is the fakest conversation I've ever heard. Here's the thing, if they're actually working with AAA or Forbes Travel, then the point of those articles is to write honest reviews of your experience at a hotel, so you kind of need to be undercover and as subtle as possible, and that is not subtle. And if they're an actual influencer, then we would know about it, because at this point in the game, influencers sign contracts with hotels that say that in return for however many nights and whatever perks they get, they then make promotional material for the hotel. And I have no idea who that is. So yeah, no, that's what I thought. Thanks for confirming my suspicions. Thank you. Hi, thank you for calling the Tilton. This is Liz. How may I assist you today? Yes, Liz, I was hoping you'd be the one to pick up. It's Natalia from the Schmarriott, and boy, do I have some drama that you're gonna want to hear. Oh, hey girl, you haven't been fired yet? Oh, haha, do you want the tea or not? Yeah, always. Okay, so a guest told me that there's a family who's staying with us that has been like bragging about the fact that they go over to your hotel to eat the free breakfast and use your pool. They booked with us because we're cheaper, but they hate our hotel and they prefer yours. So since we share a parking lot, they decide that that's fine for them just to go over to your hotel and use your amenities, even though we're literally competitors and they're not paying for any of it. Oh, really? Yeah, please tell me you guys can do something about this, like catch them in the act or something. Yeah, I'm writing an email to management right now. There is no way this lady's going to be sneaking her way into our breakfast or our pool tomorrow. I don't think so. Yes, please call me and tell me everything that happens when they're confronted about this. I want to know so bad. Girl, duh. You know that these entitled ones don't go down without a fight. This is going to be fun. All right, kids, let's find our table and get ourselves some breakfast. Hi, family. Before you get seated, may I please have your last name and room number? Why are you asking? Well, the buffet breakfast is included only for guests who are staying at our hotel, as it is part of the cost of a reservation here. So we are just checking to make sure that only our guests are getting into the breakfast, because otherwise that would not be fair to our paying guests if anyone was coming in. So may I have your last name and room number? Okay, well, we're the Michaels family, and we're actually staying just next door at like your sister hotel. Like, you guys share a parking lot, so, you know, we figured it wasn't a problem to come over here, you know. That hotel is a Schmarriott. We are a Tilton. They are entirely different competing hotel brands. Oh, well, okay. But here's the thing though. My kids, they just love your breakfast and your pool. It's so much better than that hotel. You know, it's just the hotel's kind of grungy and gross. So we just like it over here so much more. Oh, well, if you prefer our hotel, then perhaps you should have booked with us. We wanted to, honest, but you know, your hotel was a little bit pricey and the other one was a bit cheaper per night. So of course we have to be economical. I have, you know, my kids. So we're staying over there, but we prefer your hotel. Oh, so you've been over here multiple times then? Yes, we've been coming over the last couple days. Love your breakfast, love the pool. My kids love the slides, you know, it's great. So I really appreciate if you just, you know, let us continue enjoying our breakfast over here because it's really a much better atmosphere. Okay, well, in a case like this, that decision is not up to me, so I have notified our general manager and they will be coming over and speaking with you about this. Oh, okay, sure. Do you think that the manager will let us stay over here? I don't know. That's going to be up to the general manager. Well, look, the kids are hungry, so while we're waiting to talk to this general manager of yours, we're just gonna go get ourselves some breakfast, okay? Actually, I'm here. Oh, that was quick. Great. Yes, I am of the understanding that though you are not in fact staying at our hotel, you have been using and wish to continue to use our hotel's amenities. Is that correct? Yep, we really love it over here. The staff, the breakfast, the pool, everything is just top notch. While I do appreciate your admiration for my hotel, I'm going to have to ask you to please leave immediately and do not return. What are you saying? I'm saying that you have ignored the multiple signs that say that these amenities are for Tilton guests only and have, by your own admission, been utilizing our amenities without in fact paying for them. So before I ask you to pay for the amenities you have already used, I am asking you to leave. Wow, you know, this is not very good customer service. I have to say, I'm very disappointed. You are not a customer. And in fact, by asking you to leave, I am doing a service to my guests who are paying for the privilege of being here. Fine, then come on kids, let's go. I just cannot believe the way we were treated over there. Welcome back, ma'am. I am not going to stand for this. So they'll guard the breakfast but not the pool. Figures. Go off, kids. Go have fun. Go play. What? No, the other hotel's pool was not just fine. It sucks. This one is so much better. We've already been enjoying it for several days now, and suddenly it's a big deal? No, I don't think so. I'm not going to stand for that. A few more guests is not going to kill the vibe of this pool. We deserve to be here just like everyone else. Mrs. Michaels. What? I believe you know what I'm going to say. You are not welcome at this resort as you are not a resort guest. Well, look, I do not think that you are being fair. I believe I am being very fair to the guests who are paying to be here. You are paying for the Schmarriott Hotel, and I'm fairly certain that the Schmarriott has a pool that you can use. Well, look at my kids. They're having so much fun in the water. You're really gonna make me tell them to come back out? You're gonna do that to a child? Well, I certainly think you're going to want to take them with you. What is this? That is a notice of trespass. You were told that you were not to use our amenities when you were not a guest of the hotel, but you have come anyway, so I am trespassing you from property. Trespassing? Yes, now hotel security is here to escort you out, but if you are found on property again, then the police are going to be involved. Wow, this is extreme. Well, fine. So does that mean I'm never going to be able to come back to this hotel even if I am a paying customer? That is correct. Your information has been placed on our internal do not sell list. I never knew that hotels could be this petty. Come on, kids, get out of the water. Let's go. Honey, shut up. Yeah, did you see her guest profile? It's like a mile long. Whoa. Did she just say that hotels keep profiles on their guests? Yes, I did. And yes, we do. If you have ever stayed at a hotel, and even better, if you are a member of a major hotel chain's reward program, there is a profile on you, and we see everything. Now, before I scare you and make you never want to stay in a hotel ever again, I promise that hotels actually make these profiles for really good reasons. And one of those main reasons is anticipatory service. Now, what is anticipatory service and what does it look like? It's exactly as it sounds. We are trying to anticipate your needs and accommodate them before you've even stepped foot in the building. And what does that look like? Well, let's say that every single time you go to a hotel, and you've been coming to hotels for years upon years upon years, every time you come, you always ask if you could please have a room on a high floor away from the elevator. And then once you get to the room, every single time you call and you ask for a couple extra towels and a couple extra pillows. Those requests should have, and probably have been, written down in your profile every single time you've asked for it. So let's say that I see that you're coming to my hotel and I notice that you always ask for those things every single time you come. Well, when you walk through the door, I can say, hey, great news. We have you on a high floor away from the elevator. And then when you get to the room, you see that we already have sent up a couple extra towels and a couple extra pillows, so you don't even have to call and wait for them to be delivered. That's anticipatory service, and hotels do this because they want your loyalty. They want you to pick them and choose them every single time you travel. I worked for a franchisee of a major hotel chain. Part of my job every single morning was to go in and take a look at the notes and the guest profiles and see if I could spot any patterns and provide anticipatory service before the guests even arrived. But as you can probably guess, we also use these profiles to keep some eyes on some naughty children. Every single time we had a guest complaint, we had to go and write in their profile about the incident, and we had to write in if we compensated them, what we compensated them with, and the monetary value of that compensation. And trust me, with that huge backlog of information from every single stay that a guest has ever had, we were absolutely able to sniff out who genuinely was just unlucky when they stayed at hotels and had weird things happen to them, and who made it a habit to always find something wrong with the hotel, and or maybe even plant some issues themselves in order to get compensation. Oh yeah, that happens. Interesting how a guest somehow encountered a mouse in every single hotel room they stayed at across the entire continental US over like 10 or 12 hotel stays. Every single time, somehow, they encountered a mouse, supposedly. Sure, honey. So yeah, hotel workers, we see you. But also, we see you. You can use this as a tool for your own travel. And if you do find yourself traveling a lot and you're always having to call and make the same requests over and over again for amenities or room placement or things like that, you can even go to a front desk agent and politely ask if they wouldn't mind noting on your profile and maybe flagging that request that says, hey, every time this guest comes to a hotel, they really prefer it if they could have this kind of room or these amenities put inside it. That would be great. And then you're more likely to get what you want every time you go to a hotel. But it is not a guarantee. Request and guarantees are very different things. Thank you. This has been my TED Talk. Goodbye. Excuse me. Good morning. How may I help you? I'm here to check in. Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am, but check-in isn't until 3 p.m. and it's about 7 in the morning. I talked to the guy last night and he said my room would be ready when I got here. I've already paid. I'm pretty sure I trained the guy working last night better than to give away an early check-in without telling me, but you know what, man? I am so sorry. My coworker must have forgotten to communicate that with me, so if I may just have your name, then I'll pull up your reservation and we'll get this all sorted out. It dang better. We just drove 13 hours to get here. Wow, that's a long drive. Well, if you just tell me your name, then I can get this all fixed for you. Good. Your name, please. Karen Cairns. Would it be under a different name by chance, or do you happen to have the reservation number? I'm afraid I'm not seeing it here. K-A-R-E-N-S. Cairns. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything with that name. What does that even mean? You better have my dang room. The guy I talked to said that you would have my room, and you've already charged my card. I'm sorry, I'm not seeing a reservation with that name, and also we would not have charged your card before check-in because that goes against hotel policy. This is just bull. Let me find the dang email. Okay. This is the Hays Inn, right? No, ma'am. This is the Dollar Pays Inn Express. We don't even have a Hays Inn in town. Well, then where the heck?
দেখো তো এই শাড়িটা আমাকে কেমন লাগছে?
শাড়িতে নারীকে সুন্দর লাগে এটা সাধারণ ব্যাপার, আর বাঙালি মেয়ে হলে তো কথাই নেই।
একটু গুরুত্ব দিতে শেখো। আমি তোমার ওয়াইফ, আমি তোমার দাসী না। পুরুষ মানুষ কি শুধু রাতেই নারীর অস্তিত্ব খুঁজে পায়?
তুমি কি কিছু লুকাচ্ছ আনিশা?
তুমি আমাকে সন্দেহ করছো?
আজ রাতে অনুরমি ঘুমানোর কারণ কি?
কাকে মেরে তুমি এখানে ফেলে রেখেছো? আর তুমি তুমি আমার উপর দোষ চাপানোর চেষ্টা করছো? হ্যাঁ,
ও যে মারা গেছে তুমি কিভাবে জানলে?
তুমি যদি এখন কোনো ভুল করে থাকো আমাকে বলো, আমরা কোনো না কোনো একটা ব্যবস্থা করে নিব। বলো।
কেউ না কেউ তো মেরেছেই, আর কেউ না কেউ তো জেলে যাবেই।
ওর হাত জোটা, এর মানে তুমি খাবারে বিষ মিশিয়েছো এবং তুমি ডাইনিং টেবিলে এতক্ষণ খেতে আসোনি কারণ আমি যাতে তোমার জন্য ওয়েট করতে করতে সেই খাবার খেয়ে ফেলি এবং ওই খাবার খেয়ে আমার মৃত্যু হয়।
না 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 করে তো কোনো লাভ নেই, সব তো প্রমাণ হয়ে গেছে, আমার সামনে সব প্রমাণ আছে। কেন করেছো আনিশা?
আনিশা, আমরা লাশটাকে ফেলে দেবো।
মিষ্টি দেশের সুস্বাদু আম থেকে তৈরি হয় প্রাণ ফ্রুটো, যা নিমেষে সব মুহূর্তকে বানায় এমনই মিষ্টি। মিষ্টি মুহূর্ত, সাথে প্রাণ ফ্রুটো।
সবাই সুবিধা নিতে আসে না, যে ভালো লাগলো হাত ধরলাম, আর ভালো লাগলো না তো হাত ছেড়ে দিলাম।
আপনার তোর মতো বকাটে ছেলেদেরকে আমার ভালো মতো জানা আছে।
ফুলটা রাখুন।
আপনার যদি ন্যূনতম কোনো লজ্জাবোধ থাকে নেক্সট টাইম থেকে আপনি আমার সামনে আসবেন না।
তাহলে প্লিজ আমাকে বিয়েটা করে ফেলুন, প্লিজ আমার বিয়েটা করা খুব দরকার। আমার কি কখনো বিয়ে হবে না? মা, এগুলো কি রান্না করো? এগুলো কোনো রান্না হলো?
রুচির কোনো সমস্যা হচ্ছে? আপনার বয়সটা?
আচ্ছা, আপনার কেমন মেয়ে পছন্দ?
আবার যে কোনো ধরনের মেয়ে হলেই চলবে। পাচি কখন আসবে?
আমাকে পাত্রী মনে হয় না।
নিজের বিয়ে ঠিক করতে হবে না?
উইল ইউ ম্যারি মি প্লিজ?
আপনাকে যা বলার আমি ফোনই বলে দিয়েছি।
সবাই হাত ছেড়ে দেয় না, অনেকে হাতটা শক্ত করে ধরে রাখার জন্য আসে। একবার বিশ্বাস করে দেখতে পারেন।
আপনার মতো ছেলেদেরকে কেউ বিয়ে করা তো দূরের কথা, কেউ প্রেমই করবে না।
কখনো ছেড়ে তোকে যাব না।
আমার 20, আমারও 20।
হয়ে গেল 1 লিটার।
আমাদের জন্য নিস।
60 টাকা কিভাবে হবে?
হবে হবে। এই দামেই ডাবল ফুটি হবে।
রান আপ মাত্র 60 টাকায় 2 লিটার, তাই চলবে ডাবল ফুটির তোলপাড়।
এবার সবাই মিলে হবে।
নিজেরে কি মনে করেন আপনি? বিশাল কিছু?
আমি কুসুমের জামাই, অবশ্যই বড় কিছু।
ও ভাবি, এত স্বাদের মাংস ফালাই দিলেন কেন?
আর কইস না বোন, আমার একটা রিং আসছিল, আমি একটু ঘরে গেছিলাম।
ছাগল নাকি? ছাগলই তো মনে হইতেছে, 2টা ঠ্যাং কম।
জি
বাদল ভাই, ঈদ মোবারক।
ঈদ মোবারক।
বাপিরে লয়ে বাড়িতে আইও।
কত টাকা নিছে?
কত টাকা নিছে এটা দিয়ে কি করবা? পছন্দ হয়েছে নি রে?
ইংরেজি দিয়া দেশটা শেষ। খারাপ, ছাগলের পাশে খারাপ।